The National Household Survey is carried out every after 3 years, and this is the 8th survey report after the last one was carried out in 2019-2020. The survey targeted more than 17,000 households from over 1,000 enumeration areas across the country in 14 sub-regions based on national population and housing census 2014 and 3 refugee strata. As per the data, 7 million people are living below the poverty line, with 1.7 million in urban setting and 5.3 in rural areas. The report defines poverty using the benchmark of $1 per person per day, among others. Anyone living below that amount is considered to be in poverty. The national poverty rate has declined from 20.3% in 2019-2020 to 16.1% in 2023-2024.
Despite these gains, we should not rest until every Ugandan citizen appreciates the vision of the government by using these available resources to ensure each household becomes a productive economic unit.
An analysis of the trends shows that while rural areas still record the highest poverty numbers, there has been a slight decline from 7 million in 2019-2020 to 5.3 million in 2023-2024. But in urban areas, though with fewer poor people, overall there is a rise in poverty from 1.3 million to 1.7 million people.
So the poverty is shifting theoretically from the rural to urban because of the classification and stratification as such.
Karamoja remains the hardest hit sub-region, with 74.2% of its population living in poverty. Other regions above the national average include Bukedi at 29.9%, Teso at 29.8%, West Nile at 21.2%, and Acholi at 20.5%. Kampala has the lowest poverty rate at 1.1%, followed by Ankole at 3.2% and Buganda South at 6%, among others.
We have to recognize that some of these regions are very big to have those shares, whereas like Karamoja has around 1 million and something, but you have 937 are contributing to the 7 million.
Karamoja has highest poverty gap, and it would require 31.5% more resources to lift its poor above the poverty line. Other sub-regions with high poverty gaps include Teso at 8.3% and Bukedi at 7.6%. Poverty gap is the cost required to move a poor person above the poverty line if transfers are properly targeted.
We need only 0.3% of the resources that were put in Kampala to be able to get those few people who are in poverty out of poverty. Who are in poverty out of poverty.
Child poverty is more pronounced in Karamoja, Bukedi, Teso, West Nile, Acholi and Busoga. According to UNICEF, children experience poverty when they don't get the nutrition, water, shelter, education or health care they need to survive and thrive, among others.
This time we look at the selection of only children aged between 0 and 17 years. 18.5 of these children are poor. Much as nationally we saw it is 16.1, the poverty rate for children is higher than the one for the nation.
The survey also shows that most Ugandans spend the bulk of their monthly income on food and non-alcoholic beverages, followed by housing, education and transport.
Expenditures on food are highest in the northern region and they are lowest in Kampala. In the northern region at 52.6, while in Kampala is 25.6.
Employment data shows that 47.3% of Ugandans work in the services sector, such as taxis, salons, followed by 40.1% in agriculture, forestry and fishing, and 12.6% in industries such as construction. However, there has been a decline in service sector employment. Nobat Atkunda, NTV News.